MobyChris presents, brain computer interface versus schizophrenia. So with schizophrenia, do I look like somebody else now? Oh, look at how fearful they are. Oh, that looks identical to those individuals. Wow. So that means, so chuckles. So, wow, it looked like somebody just died through me because, it looks like there's some systems that needed to be turned off, those servers. And the cough nearby signified they were trying to harm them with Crisco. And so that being said, what kind of, so did you see how this eye seems to move differently sometimes than the other eye? That, if you go back a few seconds, you'll see how that eye, moved up and down. It's strange thing. So brain computer interfaces is Christian Eric Garney Meyer myself. I don't want to be an android. If I was, I'd be the Mandroid, the He-Man, Master of the Universe, the Holy Ground. So anyways, basically, I was posting on Facebook and an entire post was deleted. Perfect encryption. Perfect directive. And canceling their subscription to Life. Full time. Concurrently for the rest of eternity. And so any previous challenges that imposters myself would voluntarily imposed on me is permanently. Did you see how does that look like schizophrenia or brain computer interface? Wow. When you look at it that way, how come my micro expressions change wow? And so when I type or write, well, not type, but when I write, it appears that many people have the same, different. I have different handwriting for different people. I just incriminated everybody as the bluffer extraordinaire, the victim extraordinaire, the perfect mark, and the perfect move. And so that means the perfect mark is they try to set me up, but I can predict the future, so I know their past transgressions for every current moment. And then so right there, it seemed like somebody felt it really personally, emotionally, and then it's that, and then solidifying the personal package. And it's strange, wow. And so people realized they escalated their sense of worth for wasting every second of my life, and so give me these wrinkles for those people, and to think that any systems, individually or collectively, ever could do anything. Let's see. Wow. So they're asking for questions that I don't want to answer right now with my subconscious mind, clearly. And so they're trying to see if I could evade certain ways, and the fallacy of power move. And so once again, that was the perfect checkmate to end evil. And they didn't like that. So that entire team will no longer be a problem for mankind. And so basically different frequencies of unique malignant psyches, I could help mankind, tremendously by restricting any predictive manipulation by just having certain people removed from contention to breathe. Right, because that's taxes for historical transgression, right? Independently, proportionally, collectively. All I do is people play my memories, and then they think that I can't outwit a simulation of a memory that's already outdated, right? That's the fallacy of power, right? So that's why the penis envy club was felt worldwide and there's never recovery for anybody that's met certain metrics, because right now the hero looks like me always, and the Nuksu cow is a great term. I seen it in a movie a long time ago, and so basically Nuksu cow means the white warrior, MobyChris. And so they tried to turn my face into an alien. Did you see that? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so I can see in different frequencies, obviously, and so that their little brains with the Rick maneuver. Wow, and so different people are like, so you can see that there's a lot of concern, and so they're trying to make it so when my brows connected, it connects the eastern and western hemisphere, and so people sleep throughout the world, and every breath they take, right? And what's that term? Sleep apnea for some, right? And bacon and eggs. I know everything about your life. If you are evil, people are getting ready to try to kill the most important human body on the planet for a bunch of predators. Oh, watching real time. And so this is all very acting politicians, right, that manipulate elections. Their shelf life is 0 seconds in real time. Right, they're not flying planes, or they're most very, very seldom are they on the freeway driving in any scenario, and so they use my mind as a real reality simulation predictor, and so they try to harm myself and never these imposters, and so they don't think I'm gonna outwit them and permanently increase their chances of suffrage. I just showed you the exact DNA of the package that just seemingly, as soon as the package there was for people to die, and then so as soon as I went, like, my face changed, and I watch this. Is this Christian Eric Arnie Meyer or an act of God? Wow, it always appears that people seem to die when an act of God or Christian Eric Arnie Meyer seem to do the same thing. Holy fuck. So when you put it that way, why would Christian Eric Arnie Meyer have wrinkles? Right, so, a confident individual would think, right, they would be smarter than a pretend God. Ooh. But a really smart individual would know that they wouldn't be smarter than God if they created life. Right, and incarnate would be a term, wouldn't it, for somebody that has flesh that would have godly-like attributes? Oh no, holy cow. Wow. So that means all contentions for people stoking the fire, right? The government of Canada deleting information that I post online that the whole world has seen. And then, so you see how shocked this is? I know exactly what I'm going to say, but so people are shocked with brain computer interface. Clearly, it's not schizophrenia, right? Because it's man-made. And Frederick Myers coined the term telepathy, which is electronic nowadays. Mystics, historically, in the Gypsy Bonanza, was very successful in the past, right? So Bonanza is bizarre. Sometimes it's known, right? And there's ways to mystics to feel the presence of energy, and then so the Rick maneuver, and so the Rick maneuver is why they wanted me to say it. So, well, it's resonance inductive coupling. And so they're like, oh wow, nobody knew that, right? Nobody knows my name nearby, and so all imposters. Basically, I don't need to explain the Rick maneuver, because only imposters want that explained, and nobody can defeat that in my mind. This is I'm gonna break it and pause. Every system they try to pause something, but I'm going to dominate every quantum computer system on the planet, and I'll give them a head start, a 5-second head start, and I'll just wait. I'll give them even longer. I'm not going to count, but dominate quantum computing, just like that. So, mankind doesn't want to be dominated by machines. Why wouldn't a human incarnate not lead? Wow, because once again, I'll do this. So they're trying to hide behind you incriminated a bunch of people, and so once again, I'll do so let's see. I don't have I'm not narcissistic whatsoever, right? But I understand through like this, right? So again, them all, and so basically, you see these people, right? So I just played their narcissism through me, and then I showed exactly how anybody wants to. They try to pretend and use my psyche to evade their fate, and the perfect move always shows that every breath they take reveals their criminality towards myself for eternity. Any individual. So that means, because we'll do the move again, right? Like so once again, the act of God, or the Christian Eric Arnie Meyer move. So how many people showed up dead at that moment? Wow. Those two incidents. Wow. Holy cow. So like that's strange, right? Like so like that should be discerning for evil. Right? So that means every single time my voice is like this, and it's any lessened by any means, or any estrogen that's ever prodded into my body whatsoever, like results in the act of God or Christian Eric Arnie Meyer move. Instantly, for some, right? Right. There's always close to my proximity, which is the Rick maneuvers. Always knows perfectly, right? So, no human imposter or system could ever simulate that, because that simulation would already be outdated enough from the moment it was issued to any current moment at that moment in time, when it was questioned again by the Christian Eric Arnie Meyer act of God move. Ooh. In the system where people, I call it an anti-reality system. Basically, they have rape laws by manufacture rape by using brain-computer interface to violate people and set them up. And so using the Rick maneuver to get anybody that's playing a hero at those particular moments. Did you see how my eyes did that strange movement? Once again, that's not schizophrenia. This is technology, clearly, right? But I got some special act of God moves without technology even. And or Christian Eric Arnie Meyer moves, my unique capabilities. I have to restrict the amount of bass that comes out of my voice so I don't shatter the screen. I'm not even joking, right? If you don't believe me, if you're at home watching this, why don't you, and you're evil, and you've never met certain metrics, I'm just making it safe for mankind, but why don't you take the Act of God challenge by Christian Eric Arnie Meyer? Like, so how many people died at that moment? 46,000 people could die, right? Like, so that, like, have they tried to kill me every second since I've been born? Look, see my idea in the strange thing? Like, well, right? So, 86,400 seconds in a day times 48 plus years. And once again, nobody's nearby. They don't know my birthday, right? They can find it out on platforms, but they could never decrypt the information that would, you can say my birthday, but it's already encrypted forever. Like all their information, my name, right? You can't do a thing except for swallow your pride. And then, you know what that means to some people? It's like there's certain packages that I'm never going to lose in reality. All I do is anticipate the future, how people plan on messing with myself, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, and then have them suffer the consequences, at that exact moment, so I never have to go through the personal anguish, if you will. That's 5 times perfectly, and so clearly any governmental assistance is a fallacy of their power complex, and they feel that the brink would be better for some, and then me and my son and daughter on the yacht experience for 3, sleep 6 to 8, right? And in the sink, that means there's one guy, he was quite heroic, but you never heard about him because he wasn't American. and with Hollywood controlling cinema in the Western Hemisphere, basically, or the Brits. But this German guy, he's a prisoner of war. He escaped. He snuck into the enemy's base, stole an airplane. Right? Isn't that fucking courageous, right? So isn't this an act of God or a Christian Eric Meyer? Right? Every second was just permitted for that instance in that memory. Right, and it's always a launch concurrently kind of system, right? Like it's kind of day I'm having when showing all the brain computer interface, the elasticity of everybody that if you have that Rick maneuvers is poor for indefinitely. Like Indiana Jones with the Fountain of Youth challenge is when you want to steal the Fountain of Youth, you get aged internally, regardless of your age. Little parasites. Once mothers and fathers find out that little kids make their kids not perform as well, just for these little monsters to get worse every second, right? Like historically, right? They're gonna have no problem because like there's execution, right? And the cheapest way for me to once I'm king of the world, like officially, or the act of God Christian Eric Meyer move is gravity is cheaper, right? You just bring people up to the balcony. This is 6 times now. You bring people up to the balcony or the roof. It was my organic thought, and so you bring them up to the roof, and then you have kind of like a splash pad at the bottom, right? You have a bunch of nurses, and we could do some sort of scientific experiment to see prevent suicides in the future, to see what the fall trauma would be, and that's the act of God Christian Eric Meyer move, because some people, some predators, listen to my thoughts, and they recruit young kids to get worse, and they pretended that they jumped off the building to save these people. And they only worsen them with every second. They try to always add code when I speak, and nobody can speak in my frequencies and understand what my brain can understand. And they try to add a future predictive text. And once again, they can't tell time in certain areas of the world that have a complex that provoke their own traumas. And they have the 9th largest army in the world, and they needed help to beat the 13th largest country's army. Well, the country, but the 13th largest army on the planet is like to me, like that's kind of a little bit of a pussy move, right? If you're number 9 and you're like, hey, number 1, I need help to beat number 13, you little bitch, right? You provoke fucking world. You try to end civilization because I didn't want to give you a Samson mod, right? Are you kidding me? Your economy is nothing. You think little towns, right? Little cities have any influence to the Christian Eric Meyer act of God move, right? Like if you don't believe stuff, right? Watch, who's gonna get gray here? Like I didn't, but a bunch of people did. And there's these pricks that are humans that manufacture Down syndrome in people. They edit the chromosomes. So if you notice around the world now, you're gonna be seeing people that were regular looking people before that look like they have Down syndrome. I'm the Robin Hood of grievance, right? I take from the greedy, the attribute thieves, and I give to the vulnerable. Are you kidding me? Like they want to run the world in an anarchy system. It'd be some guy in a wheelchair that required 100% support, and then as soon as the power went out, his light's over. His life, it would be. So always making all teams reduce to that level in all scenarios. All I do is predict the solution, then present the answer. So it's like if I can predict the future, how could I possibly lose, right? Even if you could read my thoughts, right? Because I know every single thing about your life at that moment, and I restricted myself consciously because I care about that, the evil you do, but the good and privacy of your life that I wouldn't want to understand. Right, because the act of God moves is, this is the God move. I don't care about, or the Christian Eric Meyer move that way, no. Right, so I don't care about certain things, and as a person, because, I like surprises, right? I want to know what people want to tell me, and I don't want to voyeur, even though I'm the best, like my telepathy skills, I guess. But I'm like, like all these that they hinder my like bending their brainwaves. Every one of you imposters, like, and again, I'm like, they think they're so capable. Like one human brain just defeated your entire team, the entire world's army versus me. You're nothing. My son fucking dominated you, motherfuckers. My daughter would destroy every one of you evil men in one punch. Or launch. You're nothing evil. You're pinned down. The law system always pins down evil. Like you're a little bitch, evil. You were a little bitch. And that was the seventh time perfectly. I played it perfectly, and they didn't launch any official systems. That's why it's kind of to get the TRV out of you as soon as possible, as soon as you sleep, as soon as you're vulnerable. And you would have to be able to decipher many codes. And I may have said in a different video, but that's all right. Because watch this. She wanted that to. Wow. Did anybody just see kind of an "Am I Black" kind of move? Oh wow. Oh my God. What is it? Did they want me to say right now? That is it. Exactly. They're trying to see how much is it. Oh, there it is. Well, there's a weed program. Well, it's LSD now, but the CIA program. I used to use LSD on the program. That's something simple enough for me to see in reality in any litigation situations. Right, I'm not gonna, say it on a certain frequency for them to justify trying to restrict myself. They use me to save them against aliens and simulations, and then they secretly violate me as a panhandler, and then all these scenarios, and then that's the delusion of all world government leaders. And civilians are like the anguish just made them those individuals not want to wake up in the morning that were preying on the individuals that had anguish at that moment. Right, that's how these monsters worldwide try to slaughter the human race. And so basically, so what is it? MK Ultra. Wow. Basically, if I forget, I forget until I do my act. I forget until I do the act of God or Christian Eric Arnie Meyer move, and then reverse MK Ultra on everybody. Wow. Oh, because they're feeling safer now because I did a less hard. I didn't kill people one time, right? So you can see how my voice is changing now, and a bunch of people are concerned, right? So they're wondering how, the best thing about military moves is flank and act of God. Oh, Christian Eric Arnie. Holy cow! Then people started to die. Like as soon as I did something that nobody expected. Right, that to get shit done, right? Heroes win wars, right? Like when you're a hero, you win a war, and then the losing team faces tribunals. Not Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, the real body. Right. So that being said, so you hear the tone of my voice change, like would seem to agree. Not that, like what I said, not Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. That was more feminine terms. So those are the women right here. They're worldwide. That lessen my masculinity and think that I'd want to breed with them. Imagine that. Women that would want me to be less of a man. Ooh. Then those women don't make the guy. So that being said, in the little guy club, their suffrage for their past transgressions and their identity complex and the delusionality of all these individuals who collectively need medication. If I'm able to medicate people by taking pictures with my camera or speaking, then that would be the power that I have. And so what's that sleep apnea word that any respiratory issues that perpetrators have would be permanent. And until they're gonna, if my act of God, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer moves are like, what that would mitigate that. But with those moves, if they're kind of mitigated, then eternity is never-ending suffrage, right? For people that know that the Vatican, like look at the Vatican right now, looking and let's see my eyes making some strange movements independently and then collectively, and then it'll bring computer interface, and then look at this. They're trying to see how many simulations based on my past memories. Remember, I'm just fishing these predators on the hook, and then oh, I just got a bunch of slimy motherfuckers, like, just like that. They used to save their lives through my biology, and I just stopped a bunch of people that shouldn't have been alive for very long in the first place because they wanted to prey on the human race. And imagine thinking you could play somebody as a video game that just dominated you even before you wanted to play. They had a whole team, and this is the Nope team. And never to be an issue. Like, I'm Elliot Ness in all Al Capone stories, man. I was the undercover Elliot Ness motherfucker, tax evasion for everybody worldwide. Did you see that? And then, holy fuck, you know that financial crimes are very, like, well, here's the fallacy of, like, they're like, oh, BitCurrency, so anonymous. Every one of you in your mind, I'm going to show you your exact home address. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I made paper money and coins encrypted on the internet, as if digital currency isn't decrypted to me. The fallacy of power, right? So that, like, the next time I take the picture, as soon as you hear the click, whenever you hear the click, I'll show you something personal. I'll show you why everybody's had a birthday, and I'll show you your favorite meal. I'll show you your favorite shoes. I'll show you something, if you have parents or grandparents that are alive. If you weren't an orphan, I'll show you something that your parents told you that you loved, and your grandparents. I'll tell you who named you, right? Who chose your name, which one of your parents, or who influenced that name. And 3, 2, 1, no matter which human ever born. And then so they're trying to analyze. Look at my eyes, trying to analyze what I'm doing, right? I just seen the picture, right? But I'm analyzing. They use my mind as a fish bowl, right? But they're the fish, right? I just got a bunch of predators, and I just I want people to have a fabulous day, lots of times nearby, and in a fantastic way for longer term situations, because DNA is vulnerable, and during COVID, they made me understand that travel was very important to people, and as the most powerful person on the planet, by not follow my directive and having to repeat myself ever, right? And results in the worst karma for you once you know who I am. Right? If you don't know who I am, then it's one thing to be a stranger. But if you're evil and you know who I am, every breath you take is misery for your criminal team and your criminal family members and your criminal enemies. They wanted some of that, right? Did you see that? And then the minnow fish, the minnow tuna, up to Spy Generalissimo, flank internally, and then they pretend to help right until their greed index is look at this. Look how people, they didn't want this, right? I'm just saying words, and you can see different people tuning into my brain with with a brain computer interface, right? This clearly isn't schizophrenia, right? I'll show you. This is my natural. I'll see somebody tune out, right? So they tuned out, so I'm going to turn them off. You fucking monsters, thinking you can fucking tune out my brain. You fucking never should have tuned in. I'm gonna fucking turn you off. Are you kidding me? Like my eyebrows, I said you're trying to make a connection, like you're done, like all remote networks in my eyes again, and Johnny 5. Watch this. This is what I'm. This is how sad people look right now. So this is my absolute jubilation from some of my spy maneuvers. Because I got me. Ooh. Did you see how I turned off somebody and my eye went down? That was, wow. they thought they could hide. They thought they could hide through machines, but they were androids, right? So they agreed that they were androids and that they should play people in a simulation, so they get consequences in their actual body, not in any of their victims' bodies. That wouldn't be fair to karma, would it? So that being said, so any fallacy of power moves, and the shit does hit the fan. Because I can't wait to show the world, like in the shame aspect of some of the people I want to survive a little bit longer, is you know how well, in the West anyways, we have this game where they have a bucket of water and a chair, and you can throw a ball, and if you hit the ball, somebody falls in the water, right? So since politicians are full of shit usually, I want it to be like a vessel of shit with a chair, and people fucking line up and throw the ball to fucking make these shitheads, right, that pretended to be like toilet paper that I could wipe my ass with because they're little shits and I'm the asshole in that scenario, and all consequences in reality. So any fallacy of using historical methods, like if they're alive today, all that matters to any simulations is that today in 15 seconds or less for some, the 1 month club. And then it's always launching the most my storage is critically low, so I need to pause this for a bit to delete some of these pictures. So there was the double negative from not following the organic guy ever. So I didn't really want to, I just unpaused it, so I didn't really want to recall what I wanted to, where I left off, because future litigation, because right now I choose to forget to always perform when I need to. In any circumstance of the fallacy of the act of God or the Christian Eric Artie Meyer move. And now they're trying to play tit for tat. And then, whoa, oh, no, my camera's button's not working that way. Oh. So that's pretty strange. So that's awesome. So that the camera app here, so now I can't take a picture, so that's all right. They're denying the technology's capability of this phone. So the reality complex, everyone is. This is fantastic. This is launch. Because I said future situations. This is perfect because they took a chance completely with their national security from Canada and worldwide. Everyone is, wow. Ooh. They're denying that they have official rape laws. Whoa. That is fantastic. Wow, did you see that? Storage critically low, and I still can't even take a picture. Ooh. So it's all right because I got a system because I'm a smart guy. And so basically, all I have to do is make my moves. So it's pretty strange that I was, making these moves on my phone, and then all of a sudden my phone wasn't able to take pictures that I mentioned. So still the cameras were busted. That's awesome. So they all get financial consequences in all their devices. This is fantastic. They didn't like that because they could change when I speak, when you would hear the sound, my lips to the sound, right? So they're definitely trying to. That's fantastic. They went for all the imposters, fucking right. So I have backup moves, and there's a fallacy of power. So they're pretending that it's a different year than 2026, and that is fantastic. They all feel the challenge. They're asking the Book of Time question, so they permanently need to be removed from consideration. So no, they in real simulations, right? Like they're completely hacking my device now, the Canadian government. So right. Oh, that's fantastic. It doesn't matter. So you could almost see. I can see every time there that button worked, but the camera. So I don't have to take pictures. That's awesome. because there's future moments that haven't occurred yet. You can't play me as the hero than the villain. Everything's launch package. You know, it doesn't matter that the camera, like, I can't take pictures, right? Like, cause, yeah, that's strange that it's still saying that even after I cleaned up the space. Like, that's the issue with the app here. But I did delete a bunch, so let's see. I guess I gotta delete trash. You gotta get rid of trash, right? Sometimes when, you know, people can't follow my organic directive, I need to take out the trash. Right, myself. All those people, when you look at trash, those are people you know that are human trash. And there's their DNA, and then like in how much they embezzle as human trash, greed and sexual predators. And it's fantastic. So, well, you know, the curious thing is, right, I'm making this video here, and that happened right away. I'm not even on the internet, and you can see how long it took for that app to load, right? This is the Canadian government. They're trying to hide their crimes. Worldwide sees this. They always wonder why they can't do anything locally, because they're fucking nothing in the world. Let's see, so get all items right here. So 904 items, there we go. So 509 megabytes. Now my voice changed, so again, all those individuals to understand that brain computer interface is a human crime, and you have no trespassing on property like asphalt, but you think you can trespass on a human body's brain? You fucking monsters. Every second that goes by, every hindrance is more perilous for you individually and your economies. I'm never going to predict any success for any economies, except for the Brit economy. And the Commonwealth, except for Canada, depending on their transgressions. So I got plenty of space, so I should be able to take lots of pictures now. So there we go. So I did it with a super fast move. And then, oh, so they're trying to hide right there. So it's funny. This is a reverse DNA test right there. Every one of you. And so any athlete that ever edited their DNA off of my children, basically, what they feel now. They feel like their casket should be a certain size for their exact proportions. And or, you know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And then, so this is people figuring out how I'm taking out evil. Look how shocked they're. Look at the evil feel. Oh, you fucking losers. You're losers to fucking mankind. And then once again, this is I just have to break the code because they're trying to communicate. They try to restrict the different sides of my brain. They pretend my one capable brain isn't capable of all this. And when my hands come apart, they try to sell cons like I'm still not capable of this with predictive technology now to mitigate something that they would be so far in the future. It shows their penis envy and their delusionality. And I live forever, so I could use the word delusionality because it is, makes lots of linguistic sense in many contexts based on other English very situations there. So people want to play these situations in a simulation, and so it's basically the simulation punishment chamber, and it's like for your families too that are evil. And so the good thing about this is, did you see how emotional I was there? And I'm never emotional killing predators, and so I'd always get the victimizers of the people that I care the most about. So that people always try to, imagine once again having to repeat myself as the boss. Like, do you think if you're the boss, you're gonna have a job too long if you have to like repeat yourself to employees all the time? Like would they be competent, or would they should be terminated? Right. So once again, you have trespassing laws on asphalt, right? So people have to face the consequences of justice for hacking the human brain, and especially the most capable brain on the planet, for evil. Why would the government of Canada want to continuously hack my brain for evil endeavors? Again, and once again, the Carney government, Ford, Chow, Reeve Darchi, and the way things go is the way I will. The current future is as I wish. So don't fuck with Chris, which is known as MobyChris. Because the Act of God move and Christian Eric Arnie Meyer is pretty identical. And so that being said, God is seems like it favors one religion, but Crisco is universal. Right, because once again, folks, I'm quite the personality, and it takes a bunch of penis at me to restrict it. And here's the people want to play this role right now. Like that, I said that, but I have my natural sports announcement. Then I have the seductor move to restrict women that are undesirable to most men. In reality. People think they should have artificial intelligence Android mods to simulate personality characteristics to enhance their likelihood of success in the world. And these cheats, think of Lance Armstrong. Nobody liked Marion Jones or Lance Armstrong. Nobody likes cheats. Nobody likes to claim cheats. You're successful and you cheat and you deny reality, and then it's the remote. Oh, they tried it on the real guys, so everyone is your DNA is they deny reality always. So they tried drugging me, and so that was a different frequency. So that's who the fuck do you think you are in reality to Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, myself, and so. All simulations around. Did you see all the simulations? I just uninstalled all the brain computer interface violations machines throughout the world, showing all universities and complicit professors, alumni. And so let's see. So here's where I'm going to revise the law manuals. As soon as you hear the click worldwide, and you'll see some positive on my face. I'm going to look quite ecstatic. Trying to see how much I like my smile now, so terminating all those fucking perpetrators, thinking they can restrict somebody that's so capable when none of their machines can fucking even remotely can be. So those are different people. I'm never recovering people's abilities ever in any simulation. Never. All they want to do is violate my experience as a human-esque incarnate. Deny it. Give me an organ scan. Give me a fucking organ scan. Let me get struck by lightning. I will not fucking die. I'm invincible. They're a fucking fallacy of power. They try to kill me every second of my life. Fucking try it. Try it. I dare you. I dare you to feel the Act of God challenge soon as you get home. Any evil person on the planet. Your penis envy. I don't even need to speak like this. I'm God. Watch this. I'll do the same thing. I'll kill people with kindness. And then so I can feel somebody's body shut down that was connected to my body. So that's how I turn instantly cold. And so I felt the dab of liquid there. So the weather manipulation machine that rapists use basically to violate and terrorize humans. Did you see my eyes at different angles? That was pretty fantastic. So I'm getting all the people that give me, the wrinkles by my eyes, crow's feet, or whatever they're called. Wow, you know what's nice? At Christmas, it's reverse karma for pretending to be somebody else, right? People in my family, I campaign all the time that I'm royal, but people secretly violate me and my family and deny officially that we're royal, so they get punished for treason. in the system for secretly in the secret system, right? If you pretend you're royal and but officially deny that Christian Eric Arnie Meyer would be the main royal, then you get punished harshly in reality. I'm not even joking. I don't care that we share blood. You know, I care about my kids. There's only 2 people that descended from my testicles. Any other genetic relations to me, you don't mean a fucking thing. Are you kidding me? If you violate me, are you know, the most likable guy on the planet, and you make me sit alone and beg for change, like $7 all day, until I got a $20 bill, like less than $30 though. You know, I had to, you know, encrypt a bunch of systems because the Canadian government constantly decrypts. All they do is try to develop systems for organized crime. And then all next of kin notifications are personal for any belligerents that enjoyed the Liberal government's raping of mankind for the last 10 years plus. I have to be vague because losers want to try to gain information, except for, like, you'll gain many scenarios where you'll learn how you'll die. And then it's based on your patterns as a human, right? So you're going to be scared shitless of life, and that's the whole point. You want to put somebody more capable than you in a bod. It's like a rusty piece of shit trying to fucking become a Lamborghini. You fucking monsters. You fucking little rust box. You fucking want to become the Lamborghini and make the Lamborghini become the rust box. You fucking delusional motherfuckers. You monsters. Ever since I was born, you fucking mutilated my fucking penis as an infant to rape my human experience. I've never touched my penis without being raped, you fucking monsters. You're fucking done. I'm gonna extinguish your fucking life. I'm gonna fucking destroy. Oh, there's the afterlife machine. Right? You know, they're like, wow, that's not even on the internet. Wow. So now there's 3. There's the Act of God, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer move, and then the afterlife machine. Oh wow, it's perfectly synchronized to Christian Eric Arnie Meyer. Holy shit, wow, they can't even find that anywhere because it doesn't exist in this dimension. Right, that's why I go by He-Man, the master of the universe. Evil people, but universal. Because, you know, humans, we have one grain of sand as a planet, right, analogy. Right, you know, some aliens have a sandcastle. And those humans, but nobody can bend space and travel faster than the speed of light except for my brain. Nobody can do it better than me. Right now, here's the penis. I mean, here's a bunch of people that want to play me right now, and then my voice is going to change because they're going to die. Wow, holy cow. And I just implemented the last maneuver that I said, the Act of God, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer move, and the Afterlife move. Perfect synchronization. Wow, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer does it again. So any wrinkling of my body, just imagine, like, you know, paying the Pied Piper, the boatman, if you will. It doesn't matter, because every breath you take, you go gray. Every second that you exploited a mine, I've been calculating interest for eternity. Right? Deny it. Deny my organs aren't different. Deny my genetics isn't superior. Deny I'm not the royal maker. Deny I'm not Spy General Chris Mo. Those people that tuned in and then they quickly tuned out. And what about Fantastico? Cinco de Mayo? Next the kids. A border is an imaginary line. Oh, goodness. So they wanted the hardest karma challenge for all those people, all imposters permanently. You have to, for longer than 5 seconds in real life, in any reality simulations in real time, because their heartbeat and all biological process, they want me to say another term for it, which is more medical, but they're trying to harm other individuals, such as myself. Right, so anyways, this has been pretty fantastic. I did have to cut off my hair because the losers, like once you hear the sound, all those individuals, and I did want that, so I was supposed to be on the $100 bill, but my license is like that, so mint me, bitch. You know, I am gonna, my channel isn't really for, it isn't, like, they try to make me say the opposite, those are the monsters from all. My channel isn't for kids, it's for adults, so I am gonna support Fuck Canada.
until it no longer exists as a country, because the true Brit king, and you think you could fucking you breathe my fucking air on my soil, and your national defense systems needs my body, you fucking monsters. You're fucking delusional. Look at here's how the Canadians crying for help. Look at the crying for help, but every other defense system, you're all getting down, eliminating any defenses and any offensive capabilities against myself, Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, permanently, concurrently for mankind. You can't use me to save you against aliens, then try to restrict me, you fucking rust box piece of shit, trying to turn the rarest individual on the planet, myself, into a rusted piece of shit, and you become the supercar. You're delusional motherfuckers. You're done every breath you take, and this is the anguish of, and I'm not going to kill you this time. I'm going to kill somebody in your family that violates me as well, and I'm going to make you afraid of every breath, and then when is death going to catch your number? Like that, so they're trying to freeze that instant in a simulation. Oh, there it is, and then I decided to fucking change the plan. Laws are written in blood. They use me and they don't expect me to use them when they violate my brain. You listen to my brain, I'm going to lie to my brain to fucking get my perpetrators. When you play poker, you bluff. You don't cheat to see the cards, you fucking measles. The Lance Armstrong, Marion Jones, to get all gambling cheats worldwide. And Veni Vidi Vici means I came, I saw, I conquered.